Hey guys, it's just Asia, also known as That Girl J, and welcome back to my channel. So I have some sweet chips here with me. Today is not a vlog. Today, I actually have something planned for you. So on my Loc page a while ago, I made a post asking some of my followers to ask me some questions about my locks. So I'm going to be answering some of your locked questions and doing a little Q&A. If I'm whispering or anything, I'm in the library right now, so I have to keep it cute. Let's go through these questions. Or two, so my first question is, what makes having locks special to you? And that's a really good question. I would say that having locks is special to me because it's brought me many things, like having love for my natural hair. It brought me community. I was a shy kid, so just having my locks, it's allowed me to create certain connections in some way without me having to really do too much. That sounds a little, but like it's really helped me in that way, you know? Like, I'm not great at starting conversations or anything like that, so, you know, just by having locks, people are like intrigued, like, oh my gosh, you know? And then it gets me a little more comfortable because like it's something I know, so I can speak to others about it, you know? So I guess that's what makes having locks special to me. Also, I get to love on my natural hair, and I get to watch the growth. That's like really special because I've had these my whole life. Like, I was a baby, so to watch them grow, that's like super special. Next question is, what are some of your current lock goals? Length, health, shape, density, etc. You know, I never really like thought about like my goal length, lies. I never really thought about like the goal density or goal shape or anything like that. I usually just focus on like my length and my health, more so my health. The health of the locks determines everything, but I would say my goal length was always to reach my butt. And let me just say, I'm pretty much there. So I feel like since I'm there, like almost there, we're pretty much there now, I just create new goals for myself. But the longer it gets, it's just like the more hard work, you know. Wash day's already crazy, so now that's just like more time, you know. Like, I'm mother. These are my babies right here, so I gotta treat them with care, you know. I'd be a little tired, but still love them. My next question is, what's the first color you've ever dyed your locks? Okay, so I love talking about like me dyeing my locks because like dyeing locks is just so fun. Mind you, when I first dyed my locks, I had a certain color in mind. I wanted to do like a ginger, you know? I wanted to do a ginger. So I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. My aunt, she dyes hair professionally. So she was the first person I went to. I was like, you do this for me. I left her in charge of like bringing the dye and stuff because, like, you know, you're a professional. I just sent her like pictures, reference pictures of what I wanted. And when I tell you, it didn't come out ginger, but I loved it anyways. Like, I fell in love with my hair. It was like a whole new me, like a whole new world. Like, I was so happy. But basically, it was like a copper red with blonde highlights. The blonde highlights ate, by the way. That was the first and last time I've ever bleached my hair. So like, I literally had blonde in my hair, but that was my first color and I fell in love with it. And you know, once you start, you just like never really stop. At least that's the case for me, but I fell in love. Okay, so next question is, do you use natural dyes for your hair? Unfortunately, I do not. When I first wanted to dye my hair, I was going to use henna dye, but like, I don't know. I didn't really like take initiative at that much. So like, I just like literally left it in my aunt's hands. So I would like to try a natural dye on my hair and see like how that takes. Next question, would you consider leaving the hair dye alone? Whoa. Whoa. Savannah, slow down. You know, maybe. I always say like my last color will be black and then I'm done. But like, who knows? Right now, I'm definitely not leaving the hair dye alone. I'm sorry. I'm trying to give off the idea that I'm a natural redhead, so I have to I have to keep up with that. But right now I just can't leave the hair dye alone. I'm sorry. Like, ever since I dyed my hair, I was like, my natural hair, I look boring. Like, I feel like colors just make you look fun. Going back to me being like a shy kid, I like to use my style to speak for myself, you know? Bright hair and, you know, wild designs and statement pieces and stuff like that. I feel like I don't have to say anything, you know? My presence, it just speaks for itself. My hair is already locked up, so for it to be in locks and like a nice color, like when I had the bright red, like, yeah, rock on. That's where I am with that one. So maybe like later down the line, I'll probably stop dyeing my hair, like, cause you know, it's gonna be long and just gonna be too much. But right now I'm having fun. I'm young and turned. I'm 21. I'm living life, so I won't leave it alone. Next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now, obviously my locks will be longer in 5 years, but like, who knows, because, you know, I joke around about doing a big chop, but like, what if, I don't know what the future holds. What if one day I'm just like, bro, I'm cutting these things off. So, you know what? We'll just see. And now, the next question is, how long did it take your locks to grow? It took me about like, I always say, every time people ask me like how long I grew my hair, I always say I've had them since I was 1. I don't have a set date like some people do on when they started their locks, because I didn't start them, my mom did. And I'm pretty sure she just started them. She didn't track anything down like everyone does now, which I wish I was able to have that, but you know, they're already grown. They're mature, you know, these are adult locks now. But I always say like 20-21 years because like my age, so about that time. But yeah, I had them for my whole life. I say they've been with me since I was 1. I don't have a set time that it took me to grow. I just say my whole life. That's what I say. Would you ever start doing other people's locks? So I do have experience in doing others' locks. My brother actually has locks, so I do his hair sometimes. I had a few people reach out to me and ask me to do their hair, and I've done it. I got paid for it, you know. They were happy with the results. I think about it sometimes. I think it would be more so like a side hustle instead of like, you know, like an actual business, because I'm still learning, and doing your hair is not the same as doing other people's hair. So yeah, hey, if you need a quick retwist, I got you. I'm your girl. I could do it. Next question, would you ever comb them out? I beg your finest pardon? I don't think I'll ever comb my locks out. I always say that I will, but that's like a little jokey joke. I feel like I've had my locks for so long. Let me adjust this camera real quick. I got something to say. I feel like I had my locks for so long that me getting rid of them, me cutting them, it just wouldn't fit me. I feel like my locks, they were meant for me. Like, it was meant for me to have locks, you know? So I don't think I see myself combing them out. But like, I'm not gonna lie, the thought has crossed my mind a few times just to see like the length of my hair, just to see how I would look as a loose natural, because I don't know what that looks like. Next question is, how long have you been growing your locks? Oh, this is a double question, but I already answered this. Would you ever cut your locks, not off, but shorter? So the thing is, last year during the summertime, I really thought about it because like a lot of the girlies, my mutuals on TikTok, I follow a lot of lock girlies on TikTok. There were like a lot of them trimming and like cutting their locks short because it was like a lot, and I understand. And I was getting to that point too. I was like, damn, should I really do it? Because like, I don't know what I look like at this age with short locks. I mean, technically I do if you want to count the lock bob, if you want to count the styles, but it's just not the same. So I always wonder like, what would it look like? And like, my locks are becoming too much, you know, I'm dealing with a lot, you know, it would be less stress. Like, they were all saying when they cut their hair, like, I feel so much lighter, you know? And that's like, I want to feel that. Like, what does that feel like? I want to know what that's like. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the future holds with my locks, you know? So I'm just enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying everything right now, but I don't know about that one just yet, because I feel like when I get older, do I really want to be dragging my locks around all everywhere, trimming them? We'll see what the future holds. So future Justasia, if you're watching this, I wonder if you trimmed your hair yet. I wonder what you look like. I'm gonna give you 5 years to like see. Okay. Next question. What's the average price you spend on your lock routine? It's actually a really good question. I never really think about like how much I spend on my locks, but I know it's like not that much. So I do my own hair. When it comes to my locks and when it comes to styling my hair and retwisting, I only use my lock gel, my edge control, and mousse, and any oils I'm using at the time. So let's do the math. Let's do the math, shall we? To bring up the handy dandy calculator. So I said okay, so my price is like about $21. That's actually really good. But when it's time to dye my hair, oof, baby, that price go up. Now, last but not least, the last question is, do you use sea moss in your hair? And if so, what are the benefits? I actually do not use sea moss in my hair, and I've never tried using sea moss in my hair, but that sounds interesting. I feel like sea moss has a great texture for it to be used as a gel. So that's actually very interesting, and I would actually want to try that. But no, I've never used sea moss in my hair. I only add, like, I actually consume sea moss like through smoothies and like spoonfuls, and, you know. But sea moss is great, does wonders for the skin. It has plenty of minerals that most of us are lacking, so I'm pretty sure that aids in hair growth as well. That is all for this video. Thank you to everyone who participated, asking questions, and I appreciate you guys. I hope I answered some of your questions on my locks, and if you guys have any more down below, comment. Maybe we can make a part 2, who knows? That is all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling generous, and I will see you in the next video. Hearts.